We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Now, good evening and welcome to Jackson High School, home of the Jackson Timberwolves. Mark Ockett bringing you the action for boys basketball tonight. We have a non-conference matchup right here at the early part of January in the new year, featuring the Woodinville Falcons from the Kinco Conference, and they are 4A facing the 4A Jackson Timberwolves from Wesco 4A. So this should be a good matchup for a number of reasons. You got teams at the same classification, but also teams that are off to a good start. Both these teams doing well so far. Woodinville 5-0 at this point in time, 3-0 in conference play, and they have had their last 3 games canceled for some reason, and they're ready to go tonight. We can't necessarily get into details on some of that, but just let's say they're ready to go and looking forward to getting out on the court after a layoff. Also, the Jackson Timberwolves coming in with a record of 6-1. They have not played any conference games yet in Wesco 4A. Now, Wesco 4A is only 5 teams, so you're going to play your cross-division teams, a total of twice each, so it takes a little longer for them to get into conference play. So we do want to get to our sponsors sponsoring tonight's game: American Family Insurance, Sally Petty Agency, Gene Johnson Plumbing and Heating, also GNS Cooling and Electric, Adrenaline Fundraising, McDaniel's Do-It-Best Hardware, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, Airfield Espresso, and Washington Officials Association. Now, let's take a look at the starting lineups for both of these teams as they make their way out onto the court for the starting lineups. First of all, for the Woodinville Falcons, sophomore guard 6'3", Jamison Atwood. Also starting as a 5'11" guard, senior Will Ruff. The senior for Woodinville, 6'5", Ryan Roth. He is a forward. Also starting at a guard position, 6'1", junior Trey Bullock. And starting as a 6'2", senior guard, Akil Demidi. And so that would be Atwood, Ruff, Roth, Bullock, and Demidi. The head coach acting as head coach tonight is Bob Nickel. As the head coach, the longtime head coach here at Woodinville, Kirk Melton, is unavailable this evening. The assistant coach for the Falcons, been there a long time too, Jack Snedeker. So we'll get a little history lesson for you coming up tonight on the connection between the head coach of the Jackson Timberwolves, Steve Johnson, and Bob Nickel. Steve Johnson's in his 20th season. Can you believe that? He has been here a generation. That's right, and he's done a fabulous job. Jackson's always competitive, just like this year. And we'll take a look at their starters. First of all, starting for the Jackson Timberwolves, a 5'11", a senior guard wing, Evan Bates. Also in the lineup for Jackson is a 5'10" guard wing, senior, Drolin Villieu. Starting as a 6-foot guard wing senior, Henry Armstrong. Also 6'3" senior wing and forward, Bradley Tharp. And a 6'6" wing and forward junior, Silas Williams. So you've got Bates, Villieu, Armstrong, Tharp, and Williams for head coach Steve Johnson. And his assistant coaches are Michael Aquiliano and Stephen Lee. That's the matchup for tonight as these two teams making their way out on the court. Todd, great to be here, get things going in the early part of the year. And the way the schedule's laying out, we're going to get to work together 4 times here in January, which I certainly look forward to. And I think it's just as you get past the holidays, it gets more and more exciting as these teams get into deeper part of the season. Obviously, this is a non-conference game, but they will start moving towards more conference games, and things start heating up. Competition gets going, and obviously last year they were not really able to do that. We're going to take a quick break here, and we'll get back to Todd very shortly, as this is STSPN.com. Now, Todd, you know that is such a great effect as we come back from break. And you got all those cheerleaders there. And, boy, they got a full crew of them over there tonight. Lots of fans here for Jackson on the student section. They're going to make it good and loud. And we have tip-off time coming up. Big, tall guy there for Jackson, and he is a very good player. That's Silas Williams. Just a junior, bats it in down the other direction. Goes out of bounds. Jackson will inbound, so they get control of it. It was last touched by Woodinville. And here we go, up top. Traveling called.
Wow, he hit that too.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We saw some really nice three-pointers in the JV game, as Jackson did come away with a 54-46 victory. The team's adding up to 100 points, and they beat Woodinville in that JV game, completed about a half an hour ago. As Woodinville is going to come out of backcourt, we'll see. It's fun to get the start of the game and see how these two teams match up. Obviously, having a very good seasons as they're a combined 11-1. Oh, that's a tough locker. Jackson gets a couple of pops at it, and then Woodinville ends up with the rock going the other direction. Here they come. Nice move. That was a beautiful step-in move by Will Ruff. You got to like that, the way he worked through there. Wasn't phased at all, taking it in.
Now we have to remind
Williams
people that
with
when
the turnaround, and that's going to rim out of there as Jackson's having a little trouble with the shots early on. Quick pass over the other side. That looked good. Had the right idea with the pass. That was a good look, too, and sometimes they're just going to rim out. Here comes Jackson the other direction. Down low, Williams tries to get a handle on it. And Woodinville's going to finally scoop it up and go and look the other way as they have the ball now. Go ahead, Todd, as we were going to get to you anyway.
I was going to say, if you notice the screen shaking a little bit, it is not our equipment. We are on a little bit older stands of Jackson.
Yeah.
And anytime anybody stands up, sits down, walks up, walks down, everything shakes.
That's true. So Jackson was built, 94, 95, somewhere in there. And these are the original stands they put. Now, they put in great ones to begin. There's a three-pointer. That was beautiful. Will Ruff has the first 5 points in this game as Woodinville is up 5-0.
This might be one of the largest gyms in Westco.
I believe it is. Marysville-Pilchuck is also very large, too. That one's rimming out of there as Jackson can't quite find their shooting touch, but it's going to be last touched by Woodinville. Timberwolves ball. In for Jackson will be Bradley Tharp. Tharp's a nice guy having coming off the bench. He averages 11.5 points a game. He is a senior for the T-Wolves. But it has been an absolute joy coming here for a quarter of a century now.
Yeah,
and
we like coming here.
This facility, even though, yes, the wood wears down where the stands are. There's Silas Williams. He is definitely a force at 6'6", and again, just a junior. He will definitely go on to play college ball. School's looking at him right now. No decision made as of yet. It's still a bit early, but that, I'm sure, will come to effect here in the not-too-distant future. We're going to have an announcement at halftime from James Yoon, also known as Joho Yoon, who is going to announce what school he's going to. And that is a foul called on Evan Bates. That's Bates' first foul, first team foul against either team. So we're going to also have James come up here and join us when he announces, after he announces what school he's going to go to. He is a kicker here at Jackson High School, and a very good one of the best in school history. And it'll be fun to see how he makes a decision as to where he is going, and we'll be able to unveil that too. I think that's a fun interview idea too. We'll have him up in here. Count that basket for Silas Williams and a foul. Chance to tie up the game here. That foul is on number 15 of the Woodinville Falcons, Ryan Roth. His first foul, first team foul. Williams at the foul line. That one doesn't go where he wants it to and stays at 5-4. Out of bounds, last touch by Woodinville. And Woodinville plays in the very competitive KingCo Conference. KingCo is divided up into 3 classifications, 4A, 3A, and 2A. 2A, relatively new to KingCo. A number of teams who used to be originally, way back when, in the Puget Sound League, the North Puget Sound League, then the Seamont League. That foul, again, goes against Ryan Roth. That's going to be his second foul. Second team foul. Heading to the foul line will be Villieu. Woodinville about to sub in with Sayer Senghor. That one is good. We are tied for the first time. Coming out of the lineup is Roth. That's a good idea with the 2 fouls on him here early on. 4:53 to go in the first quarter. Todd, you get that all set up for real-time score and everything like that?
We did not. They're going to come back and help us out on Tuesday.
Okay. I know they were working through some stuff, and we'll have it up there as quickly as we can, as you've already seen. Trey Bullock gets the basket. So with those 2 foul shots made, that was the first lead change in this game. Jackson gets the steal, as it turns out. And there you go, more like a pick underneath. That was good teamwork right there. Evan Bates to Drolin Villieu, and Jackson is back up on top, 8-7. Great board right there. Didn't hit the board, but he got in a position to get the rebound. Nice, underneath. How about that? Henry Armstrong gets it from Silas Williams. Love that passing. That's so much fun to watch. Air ball over the top. Now Woodinville's having a little trouble from outside. Here come the T-Wolves the other direction. That one's batted out of bounds. Senghor getting a good piece of it that time. 3-point lead for Jackson, their biggest of the game, as the Timberwolves will inbound on the baseline. Nice cut. Oh, wow. That's special right there. Henry Armstrong finding Silas Williams. It was the reverse of that just a short time ago, and got to like that. Williams in the middle there and gets it done. Excellent steal. Oh, tough miss, but he's right there for the follow. Villieu now has 6 points, and it's a 14-7 lead for Jackson. Jackson on a really nice run right here. Off the backside, there's Williams again. Now, Williams averages 23 points a game. I'm not kidding. That's big numbers right there. And about 14 rebounds a game. Now, this is a serious guy right here. He is, you just watch him out there, and he's exciting as to what he can do. Jamison Atwood is going to be called for the foul. That is his first foul, third team. Williams goes to the foul line. So far, he's 0 for 1 from the stripe. He's got 3 field goals, all 2-pointers. Todd, it is really fun to see a player like him, and you see what he's doing now, but you see that he can still keep developing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
His game is great, but there's, it's going to happen. And there's another one. And, you start filling out a little bit. Always great to see Brenda Black, the longtime head athletic trainer here at Jackson High School. She's been here from the beginning, I believe. Yes. And Brenda's right next to me. We got a foul coming up here. I'm going to get that up here. That one is going to go, it's against Villieu, his first second team foul. Brenda, I was just trying to confirm, what year was Jackson open?
94.
94. And you started 96, okay. So she's been here almost the whole time. So I thought it was 94, 95, somewhere in there. So 94 is when Jackson opened out here in Mill Creek. We got a blocking foul. There's going to be 2 shots on the way for Jackson. They are up by 9.
Wow. They're looking good.
Yeah, they really are. Senghor called for the foul. That'll be his first team foul number 4, and it is going to send Villieu to the line. He's 2 for 2 from the stripe so far. Now make it 3 for 3. Yeah, that's a big factor, too. Even though it's become a 10-point lead for the T-Wolves, you want to have that good foul shot momentum going throughout the game. He's got 8 points. Jackson is 6 for 7 so far from the foul line. 2:33 to go, first quarter. Foul on the way in. That'll also bring 2 shots. Foul goes against Silas Williams. That'll be his first foul. Third team foul. Heading to the foul line is Akil Demidi. He has not scored yet. Now he has. First trip to the line for Woodinville.
That didn't even hardly move.
No. Love that concentration. He's been working with those foul shots for a while. It's just great to see when they block everything out and realize, hey, this is free money right here. What's also good is he took the ball in and drew the foul. There's Williams. He is tough to stop. 10 points already here in the first quarter with 2:08 to go. At the home of the Timberwolves, Jackson High School fans up on their feet across the way, having a nice evening out.
It's good to see the kids back.
Oh, that's an understatement. It is so great. Great ball movement. Backs it out. But nice if he to close, but just a little long on that shot. But still, they had the right idea. That one's out of bounds. Last touch by Woodinville with 1:45 to go in the first quarter. Now in for Jackson will be Harris Campy. Campy is going to replace Evan Bates, who's really put in some quality minutes out there here in the first quarter at Jackson. It's like Trevor Koch is back and now in for Woodinville. That's a miss by Williams. Good board. Double team, and they got it in there. Good cutting through to get that rebound. Excellent passing and basket. Jamison Atwood gets it done. And that's what Woodinville is going to have to do. If those outside shots aren't falling, try something else. Try the mid-range, too. Everybody, Todd, you and I talk about that. Big fans of the mid-range jumper if you can pull it off. That's another turnover. Now 4 against Woodinville, 3 on Jackson, and the Falcons will have the basketball. Jackson about to sub in with Mason Johansson. Pull-up jumper. That's a good-looking shot. It was right in front of us. Just didn't get it. Got the rim, though. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Williams with the double team on him. He wisely kicks it out, although that one gets a little too far away. And Woodinville's going to now go the other direction and throw it out of bounds. Up to 5 turnovers for them. Here comes Johansson. Johansson will give Henry Armstrong a spell.
That's a lot of cheerleaders.
Yeah, they got a full crew over there. I count, wow, there's 2 rows of them. There's 9 in the front row, and then you look up and there's about another 10 of them back there. That's about 19, 20 cheerleaders over there. They have a huge budget here, right?
Yes.
4 uniforms. I suppose you got to buy your own, though. I don't. This time the foul goes against Silas Williams. Now that's 2 on him, so that's worth noting. He's been a huge force inside, but he's going to have to come to the bench for a while. Ryan McPherron, a sophomore, checking in for Jackson. McPherron is also 6'6", so we'll see what he can do stepping in now. And again, especially in a non-conference game, this is a great opportunity for players to get out there and get some good game time experience. Look at that. That was a work of art right there. Mason Johansson for 2, and a great pass by Bradley Tharp. That's just as important as the basket itself. Finding your man and getting it right on the nose. Pull-up jumper looks good. Yeah, tough for the Woodinville Falcons with the misses here. And that is going to be the buzzer to end the quarter, but I heard a whistle right before the end of the quarter, and the officials, who by the way are Phil James, Dan Taylor, and Mark Poland.
Who's the one right here
We
that's
got a
calling
foul
it out?
on
The
Coke.
foul.
That's his first.
Which one is this one?
I think that is Phil James right in front of us here. I'm trying to remember. I recognize all these guys. But, you know, I think we got .3 on the clock. So they're going to have a little discussion. Let's hang on to it here before we go to the break.
Well, one of them was texting his girlfriend to have her watch the game. So I was going to give her a shout out.
Common occurrence for these STSPN games. Again, keep it tuned to STSPN.com throughout the season, and the games are archived. So all you have to do is just bring it up, and you will be able to find them. Now this game, now we have Jackson with the ball, so the foul that time takes him to 5 team fouls. That would be Woodinville with the 5 team fouls. .3, hard to get anything of note to happen. They say .3 and less, you can't get really anything to happen there. 22-11 is the score at the end of the first quarter. Jackson doubling up on Woodinville. We'll come back with second quarter action here from Jackson High School right after this on STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We start the second quarter of action. Thanks for being with us tonight from Jackson High School. Boys basketball, Kinko versus Wesco, 4A teams. And Kinko's Woodinville Falcons with the basketball, and they trail by 11 starting the second quarter. There's a travel call. That's 6 turnovers on them. Goes back to Jackson. Woodinville led it early on. They scored the first 5 points in the game, and since that time, Jackson has outscored them 22-6. That's substantial. They've been able to work it inside. We're going to see Silas Williams on the bench for an extended period of time. He picked up a couple of fouls towards the end of that first quarter. Oh, that was just magic. Demidu coming through. Demidi with the 2 points on a great move inside. Again, Todd, that's the kind of thing that's got to start working for Woodinville. Jackson has just been up and on them offensively and defensively here in this first half. Smooth looking shot from Bradley Tharp, his first 2 points of the game. Leading scorer for Jackson is Silas Williams. He has 10. Drolin Villieu with 8 points, 4 for 4 from the foul line. 2 for Mason Johansson, 2 for Henry Armstrong. That was a beautiful shot. Koch coming through. That's 3 big ones. Got it down to 8.
Well, I'd have to say that Jackson has just been out working them. So we'll see if Jackson can hold that kind of energy.
That's the key. Can you keep it up? Yeah, they've been working very hard, and you can see that too by how much they've been getting inside, just finding ways to get in there and create opportunities for themselves. That one's knocked out of bounds, and it will be Jackson basketball on the baseline, up by 8 points with 6:23 to go here in the first half. Mark Ockett, Todd Elvig, Sarah Elvig bringing you the action. Got your daughter in supervising tonight. That's a nice thing. Cost effective. We got a foul coming up. This is going to go against the Jackson Timberwolves. Mason Johansson with his first foul. 15 foul. Woodinville had 5 in the first quarter. They haven't committed one yet in the second quarter. Watch this guy's form. He's fantastic. Demidi now 3 for 3 from the line. Yeah, that one just a little bit off, but he's very consistent in his style. That one's going to go out of bounds, or a step out of bounds, and a turnover. Each team now with 6 turnovers. New player in the game for Woodinville, Trey Bullock. Bullock was in the starting lineup. He had 2 points in that first quarter. Solid defense right there, forced the adjustment on the shot. And Woodinville will have the basketball. Pull-up jumper, nice. Senghor coming through with his first 2 points of the game. Woodinville now has 6 players that have scored in this game. Under 6 minutes to go. First half action. A near steal right there. Got to appreciate that hustle by Will Ruff. Now in for Jackson is Drolin Villieu. Returns with 8 points. Also coming back into the lineup is Evan Bates, and they've still been able to keep Silas Williams on the bench. He came out late in that first quarter with the 2 fouls. And again, giving Ryan McFerrin, the 6'6 sophomore, plenty of playing time here this evening. Bit of an overplay. Nice block. Underneath it goes to Villieu. He gets 2 and now has 10. Tied with Williams for the team lead, 26-19. So it was down to 5 points. Oh, that's a tough miss right there. He'd like to have that one back. But Woodinville's going to steal it. Gets the steal, gets the basket. Trevor Koch, who came off the bench, is doing well. He's got 5 points all in the quarter here. It's a 5-point game. And you can see that they're missing the inside presence of Silas Williams, and that's to take nothing away from McFerrin, but Williams just more experienced, and the talent level is way up there. That foul is going to go against Bradley Tharp, his first foul. Team foul number 6. They're getting close to bonus. Koch will go to the foul line. This is his first trip to the stripe. Will Ruff, the leading scorer for Woodinville in that first quarter, coming through with 5 points. A 2-point field goal and a 3-point field goal. Peyton Baxter, senior, coming in now, his first action in the game, and he is going to replace Ryan McFerrin. Down to a 4-point lead for Jackson. Their biggest lead has been 11. So Koch connecting. 7 points. Again, all here in the second quarter. He has made a great contribution. Drive on the baseline. Going to lose the ball, but it's going to be Jackson retaining possession. 4:39 to go. Second quarter, 17 on the shot clock. Jackson in those white uniforms. Both teams with green in their color scheme. Oh, that's a tough miss. They're always like that when you get so close and just didn't quite get the angle he was looking for there, and it bounced over the top. Up top it goes, down below. First held ball of the game. And the arrow is going to keep it with the Jackson Timberwolves. So Silas Williams will check in now. He sat for about 4 minutes going back to the end of that first quarter, maybe a little about 4.5. We got 4:18 to go here. Actually, it's going to be Jackson ball as they finally get that all sorted out. So Jackson will go the other direction. Up top, the good passing continues. That's a tough shot to make with the pressure he had on him. And again, didn't use the backboard. It was tough, though, to try to get that off the glass. It's going to be out of bounds. Each team now with 7 turnovers. Midway through the second quarter, under 4 minutes to go now. As Woodinville, looked like a wide open opportunity, but he went inside instead and get it on the second try. That's going to happen for Senghor. He's got 4 points all here in the second quarter. It is a 1-point game. Credit to Woodinville. Great job trimming off 10 points. Coming inside that time, Bradley Tharp, he's got 4. Back to a 3-point lead, and it definitely cranks up the energy level here in the gym. 3-point or 1-point game. Wow, look at that block. That's Villieu. Villieu going the other direction. Nice passing. Yeah, he got hacked on the way in, no doubt about that. Henry Armstrong is going to go to the foul line with a couple of shots. That foul is on Koch, his second foul, 6th team foul. Armstrong with the 2 pops at it here. He has not been to the foul line as of yet. Gets that one. Jackson's now 7 for 8 from the foul line. Jamison Atwood is in for Woodinville. Atwood scored a couple of points in that first quarter. Started tonight's game, just a sophomore. There it is. Nice start for Jackson from the line, 8 for 9. So yeah, Steve Johnson's been here 20 years, and we've enjoyed so much of what he and his staff and his players have put together for games we've broadcast throughout those 20 years. He was the head coach at Woodinville before coming here. Was there about 5 years, actually. And then he was recruited to come here to Jackson. Obviously, it's been a great marriage here. Sweet, sweet shot right there. Will Ruff now with 7. And it's a 3-point lead for Jackson. We creep closer to halftime. Stays like this, we're going to have a great second half, Todd.
We are. Plus the drum line is here.
The drum line is here to keep us entertained. All for one low price. That's out of bounds. Last touch by Jackson. So we're going to have a sub in. Akil Demidi is coming back in. Been impressed with this guy out there. Just smooth, steady player. Comes out there, gives you quality minutes. Woodinville working their way out of backcourt. Nice drive through there, and then they're moving the ball around. He had a good stroke, good look, but just came off the backside of the rim. Now that would have tied it up or close to it. Inside and low. They've been doing so well with that. Bradley Tharp, who averages 11.5 points a game. Now look at this. Jackson gets it back.
Wow.
Spin move with the ball like that, and it is done for Villieu. He gets it done, and it's back to a 7-point lead. Wow, that was really impressive. Minute 50 to go. No foul on that. That's out of bounds of the Falcons for 8 turnovers. Jackson also with 8. And the Timberwolves will inbound in backcourt. Williams, who's been on the bench for a little while, trying to pace him out with those 2 fouls. He is looking to come back in. That goes out of bounds. Jackson turnover. Steve Johnson not happy about that. And Silas Williams is going to come back into the lineup. He will replace Peyton Baxter. Woodinville with the ball in front court. Kick ball, and that's going to be staying with the Falcons. 1:20 to go on the clock here in the second quarter. Peyton Baxter going to get back in, and once again out comes Silas Williams as they're platooning a little bit there to maybe take this to the halftime with the 7-point lead. We'll see what happens here with Williams on the bench. Interesting move right there. He just couldn't quite connect on the shot after he got the ball. Now Jackson slowing the tempo just a little bit to go into more of a half-court offense here. Count it. Another great move inside by Villieu. He is 5'10", and you know he plays much taller than that. And a foul. That foul's going to go against Sayer Senghor, his second. 17 fouls, so they're in the bonus. At the foul line is Villieu. He's 4 for 4 from the foul line. 5 for 5 from the foul line. 13 points. Here we go. We'll take that up to 15 points now. 15 points for Villieu. Grabbing foul. And that looks to be 1-1. Foul goes against Villieu, his second. 7th team foul. Both teams now in the bonus. Heading to the foul line's that guy again, Akil Demidi, who's 3 for 4 from the line. There he goes. Now in for Woodinville is Jake Wendover. Demidi has just done a great job keeping Woodinville as close as they are. With the 5 made foul shots now, they're only down by 8. It could be worse. Substitution with Williams coming in. Peyton Baxter will come out. Again, Williams has just got to be careful he doesn't pick up that 3rd foul. They've had to make some substitutions to work their way through this second quarter with Williams coming in and out of the lineup. Takes it to the hole. Too high off the glass and might be playing a little less aggressive going in. Foul indication, that is going to be against Villieu. Now that would be his 3rd. You're going to have to bring him out. Harris Campy will come in now. At the foul line is Will Ruff. It was just 1-1. Jackson with the ball. Shot clock is off, and there's 14 seconds to go here in the second quarter as they work to try to get that one shot. That could be it right there. Excellent work underneath for the rebound. How about that? Bradley Tharp, who's had a fantastic second quarter. He's got 8 points in the quarter, and that's what he'll have to end the quarter as Jackson builds that lead back up again. Now it's to 10 points at halftime, 39-29. And we're going to take a break right now. We'll see the unveil by James Yoon as to where he's going. We'll see that here as we take the break, and then we'll bring him up here to talk in the third quarter about what school he's going to, the kicker for Jackson. So stay tuned. It's 39-29, 10-minute halftime break. We'll be back with the second half here on STSPN.com.
You can almost smell those fresh ground beans. Airfield Espresso at Harvey Field has been serving delicious cups of gourmet happiness for over 25 years. Excellent service and lasting relationships is their top priority. Stop in and experience the kindness and joy.
Jackson, what's up? First, thank you everybody here. Thank you to everybody tuning in. It's a great privilege to be able to play any type of college football. It's a great privilege to continue to play this game. And it's a great privilege when you get to also continue a world-class education. I want to thank everybody here, and it's a great privilege, and there's a lot of offers and opportunities provided to me, and I'm very grateful for every single one, from MIT to Carnegie Mellon to Johns Hopkins, every single one of them. You know, when you look at our Jackson program, we don't have to shine this moment, but I'm so proud that we were able to leave the program better than we found it. So thank you to all my seniors, thank you to all my teammates. All right, before I make the announcement, there are so many people I want to thank. First, my family, my mom. It's just me and my mom here in Seattle now, taking care of a lot and from boys. So thank you, Mom, so much. My dad, who lives in South Korea, 5,000 miles away. I probably see him twice every 3 years. And Dad, thank you for your sacrifice. And to my brother, who the reason why I started kicking. So thank you. And thank you to all my coaches who have made me a better man. Coach City, Coach Flake, Coach Watson, Coach Neely, on and on and on. And teachers and mentors have made me a better man. And also to all the college coaches who have shown me always interest and always supported me all throughout the process. Thank you all so much. And it's a great privilege, and it's awesome to get a world-class education while playing football on a high level. So with all that being said, here it is. I will be committing to Johns Hopkins University. Thank you.
That was pretty cool.
Hot summers in Snohomish County lead to homeowners taking steps earlier each year to keep their home comfortable. If you're thinking about air conditioning for your home, now is the perfect time. Air conditioning costs hundreds less when installed with a new furnace. If you're unsure about the age or dependability of your home comfort system, our consultants will help you determine the best solution. Our experienced technicians make sure our customers are comfortable by keeping their heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical systems working well. But we believe comfort is more than that. We want you to have a comfortable buying experience, to be comfortable with our technicians working in your home, and on top of that, getting a value you're comfortable with.
Plumbing technicians and apprentices. Working together, learning together, masters of the craft, passing on their skills and knowledge for the trade.
I'm Gene Jr., and we are growing fast. As one of the senior techs, I really enjoy sharing and teaching, really because I'm selfish and it makes me feel good.
Getting paid to teach and learn valuable skills that can support your life, family, and dreams.
Hi, I'm Renee. I'm an apprentice, and I like to learn from all these different plumbers. I want to be a plumber to provide a good lifestyle for myself and for my future dreams.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Tyler and Matt's water lines.
Hey, how you doing? We're here in the U District on a Thursday, replacing all the buried galvanizers in the line.
Each of our homes depend upon their connection to water and sewer.
Hey, we're under the porch, putting in all new PEX, replacing all the galvanized, including the hose bib.
Over time, these lines age, change, and break down.
We're making our last connection. Matt's capping an old galvanized water line, and we should be done for the day.
Our water line team can help to make sure your connection runs smooth, healthy, and clean.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
We at Gene Johnson are here and ready to help with our touch-free service. Being clean and safe are at the top of our minds. We're using gloves, masks, shoe covers, and lots of hand sanitizer. Our software allows us to get your approval without any physical contact. We hope you don't need us, but if you do, we're ready. Gene Johnson, clean, on time, and professional.
And we are back live here at halftime as it about wraps up, and James Yoon has made his announcement, the very good kicker for the Jackson Timberwolves, as to where he's going, but we're not going to mention that yet. We're going to go ahead and have him tell us. We expect him to be in here joining us here at halftime. He's actually got school colors on as to where he's going, so they just have to direct him over here, and we'll put him on the air. And that was pretty fun, actually, when he made that. He's very, very well spoken, and he can make some public speaking appearances as he goes along too.
Yeah, he said he's got a parent in South Korea.
Yeah, he's
nice
from South Korea, and it's great to have him here with us. There is a missed shot. Look at this guy. Takes it in. That is his second field goal of the game. Dimity he just really impressed me a lot. He just has some nice moves, and the foul shots have been great. Driving through is Henry Armstrong. He gets 2. He's got 6 now. 39-29 is what it was at halftime. Now 41-31, so Woodinville staying within that 10. Jackson's biggest lead has been 11 in that first half. That's what the first quarter score was, 22-11, an 11-point lead at that point. There's a guy that's been doing a great job, Bradley Tharp, working it really well inside. Oh, look at that. That is a 3 ball for Henry Armstrong. Armstrong with 5 in the quarter already and a total of 9 in the game. That's his first 3-pointer. Silas Williams, now the 2 fouls not so bad when you get to the third quarter. A little bit short on that one. And we have a grabbing foul underneath. That's going to go against Jackson. Not a lot of people in the gym believe that's the right call, but that's how it's going to be whistled out. Again, the officials, Phil James, Dan Taylor, and Mark Poland. 6:30 to go. Third quarter action here at Jackson High School. Woodinville in the green as they go from your right to left. Jackson in the white going the other direction offensively. Big air ball that time. There's Starp. See how he handles it there. Coming out to help him is Henry Armstrong on the baseline. That was just pure smoothness coming through Villieu. He's got 17 points. 8 in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter, and now 2 here in the third. Driving through, missing. It's up to a 15-point Jackson lead. Biggest lead in the game. Underneath. Great pass from Villieu and an excellent basket by Armstrong. Jackson pulling away a 17-point lead. Here come the Timberwolves. Another great pass, catch, and basket. Armstrong is on fire. Henry Armstrong has got 9 points here. He has scored 9 of the first 11 for Jackson in the third quarter. We got a full timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Jackson leading by 19, 50-31 here on STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do-It-Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
We're back here at Jackson High School, and Jackson just really turning it up in this third quarter. They've outscored Woodinville 11-2. And Todd, they just continue to work really hard, especially getting inside. These guys do not have fear of heights at all. The guys that aren't as tall as, say, a Silas Williams out there or Ryan McFerrin, they go out there and they're going inside all the time and to a great amount of success. Woodinville trying to get this thing reloaded for him. That's part of it. Will Ruff coming through. He's got 10 points. That's his second three-pointer of the game. That helps as we come up on the 5-minute-to-go mark here in the third quarter, and the clock becomes more and more of a factor as we now are going to have James Yoon join us. Looking forward to this. Pull-up jumper. Silas Williams gets the roll. That's his first 2 points since the first quarter, so he's got 12 now, and it's an 18-point lead. as Jackson in command at this point in time. Another three-point attempt just off the right side of the rim, and chasing it down will be Bradley Tharp. Well, I'm getting a chance to meet. Now, do you want to go by Joho or James?
Juho, James, both
Juho,
fine.
okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I'm going to call you by your native South Korea, right?
Yeah, South
Juho,
Korea.
okay?
Yes, sir.
Yoon, great to have you here.
Thank
and
you.
We got to make sure we follow the action too. So we'll talk in between what's going on there as we have a substitution, and we'll also let the video tell a lot of the story as well. So, okay, that was really cool to watch your announcement at halftime as to where you are going to school. And don't tell us just yet. I mean, you got the school colors on, so if somebody's here watching, they know. But I just thought that was really impressive. And you got a public speaking future in your future.
Yeah, I do a lot of public speaking for my school.
That's cool. I mean, it shows. And the enthusiasm was really great down there as Woodinville putting the clamps on, takes it away. Jackson now with 11 turnovers in the game. And so you did a great job of recognizing your teammates, the school, and then you had these selections. One of them you've got on right now. Don't say anything yet. But so what were the schools that were the finalists, and what played a factor in that for you?
I mean, I had MIT, I had Carnegie Mellon, I had Johns Hopkins. All of these very great academic schools that most people know about it.
Yeah.
And and I was looking at a lot of schools. Always for me was academic first, where I can get a world-class education from first. And
that is so important, to get that world-class. And all three you mentioned are big league. Those are big players in the academic world.
Right.
Look at that. That's going to drop in. Your teammates are doing, Henry Armstrong's, or your schoolmates are doing a great job out here tonight. So it came down to those three were like the last three.
Right.
And who did you select?
And then I picked Johns Hopkins University.
And what was it about Johns Hopkins, aside from the fact that it's an incredible medical school and it's just fantastic academically? What was the difference maker
First,
there?
Johns Hopkins has an amazing football program. They have been going to playoffs. They went this year. They win their championship. They win their conference almost every year. And it's a great culture that I would love to be part of it, and I will be. And I love the coaches there. I love what the vibes I got there. I love the population, everybody I talked to. So everything felt right to pick Johns Hopkins.
So I got to go through the memory banks here. Is Johns Hopkins in Maryland?
Yeah, Maryland.
Okay, I got that right. Division. What division do they play in for football? And
it's Division III.
Division III.
Yeah.
And that is very competitive in its own right.
Right.
Okay, we got a foul coming up. I'm just going to keep a little bit of this going here while you're in with us.
Right.
And so that one is going to go against Trevor Koch, his third foul, first team foul. 2 team fouls have been scored. Oh, yeah, we're going to get to all that. But so their football program, obviously very strong. Well, let's talk about the academic side. What is your vision as to what you want to do academically?
What I look at is obviously Johns Hopkins, very strong in medical, very strong in health, one of the best, probably the best in the world there. And I'm thinking of like double majoring in public health and econ, where public health is #1 in the world there. And after COVID, during COVID, I think it's going to grow more and more. And I hope, later maybe I'll have a chance to go into politics or work for the government. And it's right by D.C. So, you don't know how everything's going to work, but it's a great place that I can go to and try to build a lot of connections from.
That is fantastic. Everything you mentioned right there, to have that focus. When did it start coming to you that the things you wanted to do post high school? When did you start? It's like for announcing for me, I knew that is a basket right there for Senghor, his 6 points of the game, as Jackson now is up by 16. I knew about 8th grade, I just had this inkling that, I'd like to be a sportscaster. Mm-hmm. And I eventually got a degree in broadcasting and in business. And when you said that, you said econ, right, as your other double major,
right,
as your second major?
Yeah.
See, that's the philosophy I always look to, and I try to advise people, get that business experience.
Right.
So that's going to be great. Yeah, the more you can, and then, if you own your own business, which I have a hunch could very well happen for you, and so on and so forth, you got that to know the variables, And I hear your grades are fantastic.
Yep.
So that's good. No,
yeah.
it's awesome. And then also now you mentioned in your speech out there about family in South Korea.
Right.
So who's there still for you?
So my mom and I live here.
Okay.
Just us two. And my brother is in college at Wesleyan University in Connecticut. So he's also a kicker
Another
there.
great school.
Yeah. So he's also there, and everybody else is in South Korea. So we are the ones who moved here. We were the ones who went abroad, and and I love everything about this country where I can actually succeed, and I can, if I work hard, I can succeed. And United States has been only a blessing to me, and like I told my mom, I'm never going back. Like,
You gotta go back for a visit, maybe.
Yeah, visiting, yes, but
I would if I was from there, but yeah.
But living and everything, I would love, because I love this country so much that that I'll put everything here, everything.
You know what? All what you just said gives me chills to hear you say that, and to come from another country and to have that kind of appreciation for America. I'm born and raised here, and I've always felt very patriotic. Todd served 12 years in the Navy, so you know where we're coming from. Yeah, I mean, he definitely put some time in there, and so to hear you talk like that, and it really means a lot, as Williams is going to connect on a three-pointer. He's got 7 in the quarter, 17 in the game. That's his first three-pointer of the game. He is an amazing player, isn't he?
Yeah.
Can you stick around a little bit for the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
I'm enjoying talking to you.
I'll sleep here.
Okay, well, that's great. It might be a little cramped when they put the seats back, but you'll be all good. What's that now? Yeah, that sounds good. We will have a break coming up here. Jackson up by 19. Matches their biggest lead of the game, but we have Johu Yoon, right?
Juho.
Let me get that right.
Yeah, Juho, yeah.
I know I could call you James, but I don't want to take the easy way out. I want to go with your – unless you want me to call you James. I'll call you whatever you want me to call.
Juho is perfect.
Look out. Can he get it off? No, doesn't get a shot to fall there. It's 59-40. So I'm going to tally things up, and then we're going to come back with Juho after the break. And we're going to keep it here? We're going to keep it here. Okay, so we can just visit for a while, which is great. So obviously you got family back in South Korea.
Yep.
At what age did you come over here?
I moved here in 2014 when I was 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Late 4th grade. So I could barely speak English when I first came here. I just kept going. I have to survive. And to survive, I need to speak English. So that's what
we need like 10 million people like you that have that approach when you come to this country, because it's just, in my opinion and Todd's opinion, it's the right approach. And you come here and you're making a contribution, and you're going to continue to make more of a contribution, and you love our country. And now, have you become a naturalized citizen yet?
No, yeah, I have a green card. I'm planning to be a citizen as soon as possible.
That's great. Yeah, you got kind of a full plate, and I know that is but I'm not worried about you. You'll be able to go through there, study everything, and pass the test. And I think the other thing, too, that stands out is that you will also be able, and are setting an example for other people that come to the country as to, one, the spirit you have for the United States of America, and two, the difference you want to make in it. And what you talk about with going through COVID and everything, obviously your generation, too, is students in high school or college students. You guys have had to deal with a lot, being, the remote learning, everything like that. How have you come through that?
So the thing was like COVID. So if you asked me a year ago if I would play college football or I would go and be able to continue this game in the next level, I'll probably doubt myself because I really sucked at it. I sucked at kicking. When I first came here, I sucked at everything. I sucked at English. I sucked at, And the thing was, like, when the COVID started, there was not a single day that I went without kicking. Or, and that helped me a lot. It's a repetition, right? It's you kick, you watch film of other kickers, you watch your film over and over again, you work out, same thing, again, and again. So, I was really bad at it at first. I could barely hit a 25-yard field goal. I mean, if I had 10, I'll make one, that kind of a situation. But, and there were so many times I wanted to quit. There were so many times I wanted to do something else. There were so many times that, maybe this is not for me. But I just stuck through. So, I'm proud of myself for, sticking through the hard phase. And here I am. And this is a little rewarding to me.
Yeah, and, really says so much about hard work, both in and out of the classroom, and setting a goal for yourself And also, too, you know, the experience of being in 4A and at Jackson, great long-time program here that's, you know, long time been competitive. And just as school in general, it's a big school. And succeeding here is going to prepare you well for going back east and what you're going to do both academically and on the gridiron. That's just exciting. I mean, I'm excited for you because you got this great future in front of you. And I think, too, sets a great example for classmates, you know, both those that now, are there a number of guys on the football team that are, oh, that's a tough miss, that are heading on to do college work?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. But
no giveaways.
Yeah, but I know a few of my teammates who have worked so hard every day, who has a chance to go and play college football. And if not, a lot of them are going to college, you know, pursuing their own stuff. And, and it's all respect. And for our Jackson football program, you know, seniors right now, when we came into our program, it was probably the worst situation that we could have come into. I mean, when we first came, it was an 0-10 season.
Yeah.
We probably scored 6 touchdowns that whole year. And, like, I loved the seniors back then. Like, they were such great leaders, but it was a hard time that time. And, like, I'm proud that we were able to hit the rock bottom and just jump up. Like, we stuck through it to the end. So, you know.
Well, you talk about with elevating the program, and obviously Joel Vincent, a longtime coach here, did a great job. But sometimes programs are going to go through dips, and they need great leaders and team players and those that excel both in and out of the classroom. There's, you know, a great emphasis on that. And it's not easy, but there you are. You're getting the job done. And you guys, look at the participation over here. And we got counted about 19 cheerleaders. The key, as we mentioned, is being active in the sport. We've got a timeout on the floor. Let's just keep it here for a little bit longer. But I think that's a big key. And, you know, like yourself, you could have turned the other direction and say, you know, maybe I don't want to do this football thing. I'll just focus on academics. But you saw the challenge. You saw what was out in front of you. You got it done. And, you know, we really appreciate it. From one of the reasons we do this, and we've been doing this a long time, is the fact that getting to see people like yourself, or what we're seeing out here with the competition, these two teams, just young people that are going to, you know, we're not getting any younger ourselves. Todd and I are people and stuff. Okay, he says speak for yourself. But, you know, that are going to carry the torch and have the same kind of beliefs that we have, whether they're born in this country or they come over here and do like you're doing, fine.
Yeah.
You know, that it works out really well in helping us feel a little bit better too. So we thank you for that, and you got the rest of your senior year to go, right?
Yeah, it's the best year, and I'm glad that COVID didn't fully cancel us on, you know, going back to school in person and everything.
Yeah.
Because if you look at our crowd and if you look at our Jackson community, it's an amazing place. It's an amazing place with amazing people who, like, even though we have hard times in our football season, everybody comes out every time. Everybody cheer us on no matter what. And I want to first thank, like, everybody in our school, always supporting, always being Jackson Timberwolves, and always being spirited. And I love our Jackson High School for that.
Yeah, you hit it all right there. Brenda Black, the head trainer here, who we've known for years, has been here since 1996. I've been coming to games since it opened in '94, and I live down south, but I loved coming up here and being a part of all this with the station here and another one in town. And so, yeah, it is really cool. One other thing on the playing side, what is your longest field goal?
This year, 47.
Oh!
I had a 44-yard game-winning field goal last year in the last second, and that was to win the game for the first time in 2.5 years.
Awesome.
So that was the memorable time, and about that kick, before that, I had nothing going on for me. That was my first field goal in varsity game ever. And that
44?
And it was a 44 game-winning field goal in the last seconds to win it for the first time in 2.5 years.
That's fantastic.
And, you know, so that's why it's like always a blessing. Everything is a blessing that has happened to me in the past many years. And, you know, when that opportunity comes, I got to capitalize on it. It doesn't happen too often to me. So,
yeah, well,
and I did.
It will. You know, luck is the residue of design. If you have that vision and you work hard at it, you're going to increase your percentages of having it come true. And, you know, belief in self and such, that makes a big difference. So that's way cool. And the other thing, too, at high school, it just adds a dynamic to football when you can bring somebody in, you know, from that distance that can hit a field goal, because we don't see that very often. A lot of times they'll just go for it and say, no, we got somebody that can bang one of those home. So, hey, I want to thank you. Okay to shake?
Yeah. No, okay.
Hey, it was a pleasure.
And thank you, STSPN. Always live broadcasting. I see it everywhere, so thank you all so much.
We are happy to be here. Tonight was special. You made it special for us along with the game itself, so that was cool.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Right,
You're a leader, and we love it.
Thank you.
That was great. That was Juho Yoon, who was here, and some people know him by James Yoon, but there is a – boy, I tell you, Todd, that was something special, seeing him do that and then just visiting with him. That – makes you feel really good. Ryan McFerrin coming through with the basket. Jackson up by 21 now, 70-49. This one pretty much in the bag for them as we got 2 shots the other direction, but that foul is going to go against, it's like Henry Armstrong. His first 16 foul. Silas Williams going to check back in, and, that's a big reason we do this with that interview right there, Todd.
Absolutely.
To be able to just get the other side of it, and maybe some point we get a cheerleader on, or we'll talk to a female about that too.
Well, we do girls games all the time.
Yeah, so that's something we can look at too, just to make sure, because the progress being made, and for the young the young women, of where they can go in their lives is also outstanding. So we'll look at doing that too, but that adds to, really makes you feel good. Underneath.
Nice.
Bradley Tharp has had a great game. I'm kind of partial into making Henry Armstrong the player of the game just because he was so instrumental in that third quarter. I mean, we know Silas Williams got off to a great start tonight. So did Drolin Villieu. There's another guy. I got him for 17. So what do you think?
Well, I'm liking number 1, but
that's
he just seems to be everywhere, right?
Yeah, he has been, and he's fearless too.
Oh yeah, he just.
So let's go with Drolin Villieu, and we'll have Henry Armstrong as our honorable mention for the Adrenaline Player of the Game. We thank them for their sponsorship.
Protect the gear.
Yeah, always protect the gear. Rule number 1 in broadcasting: always protect the gear first. Again, our great sponsors: American Family Insurance, Sally Petty Agency in Monroe, right there on State, route number 2. Oh,
hello.
Slick. Ruff has had a great game, 17 points. Gene Johnson, Plumbing and Heating. Dennis and Kimberly, thank you. G&S, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. We thank them. They've been around since 1977.
Yeah, they've been a long time. They're like a success story.
Look at that. Bradley Tharp. Got Adrenaline Fundraising, McDaniels, one of the original sponsors, Do It Best Hardware. Brad and Bob McDaniel. Also, Fred's Rivertown Ale House on 1st Street in Snohomish. Thank you to Fred's. Airfield Espresso. This might be out of the range to deliver tonight, but one cannot forget back in, I think it was May, when we were over at Snohomish and mentioned Parachute Punch, and surely there, not too shortly after that, we had that delivered to us.
Yeah, she's been pretty good to us.
Let me get a couple of names there for you. Peyton Baxter is in, and Trey Hawkins into the lineup for Jackson. And Washington Officials Association, Jeff Matson, really encouraging people to get out and officiate. That's been something that's been a growing problem, getting enough officials out there for some time. Also, Caden Sproul is in now for the Jackson Timberwolves. He's going to replace Silas Williams, who's had himself a big game. 74-56. Jackson in command.
Developing those younger guys.
Yeah, that's, again, so important. And Woodinville's been able to do a little bit of that too. Miss on the shot. Evan Brook in there for the Falcons. But this one was close real early. Then Jackson pulled ahead. And then to Woodinville's credit, they tightened it up in that second quarter, cut an 11-point lead down to 3. But then Jackson really turned it on. Build up that 19-point lead, then getting it up to 22. That's just a beautiful looking form on that by Koch.
Do you like that?
Yeah, that was really nice. I mean, and you got to have those shots up high and over some of those tall timbers down there when you get that close to the basket. But he missed the shot, but he drew the foul. And again, that foul is on Trey Hawkins, but that's the key. Got two-handed shot. Don't see that a lot. Harris Campy back into the lineup, the junior for Jackson.
We want to remind everybody that when you're watching the player of the game now and the camera's shaking all over, that's everybody leaving the stands.
just in case. So you might have to put shock absorbers on that camera.
I don't want to take a hit for that, right? They were like, oh,
yeah, we watched it, but
this backwater company, come on.
Felt like we were on a roller coaster there at Six Flags. That one goes out of bounds.
Ooh, he kept his balance. I thought for sure, boy, he's got really long legs. They were getting kind of tangled up.
Yeah, it is good to see Ryan McFerrin get playing time, sophomore. And just working out there. I'm looking at the lineup right now, and it looks like Jackson's got all subs in there. Also going to mention that Griffin Jenkins getting in for Woodinville. We like to mention as many names as we can. The guys playing because that's what we like to do.
They're the one putting in the work.
Head coach Kurt Melton not able to make it to the game tonight. I know he was supposed to be watching tonight, so Kurt, we appreciate you viewing and look forward to being able to have you back out there for Woodinville in the very near future. Bob Nickel, 20 years as assistant. I was going to mention that earlier. He was there with Steve Johnson, unless I already mentioned it.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, well, I don't know if you mentioned it.
But he was with Steve Johnson, and Steve hired him as assistant coach at Woodinville like 20 years ago. There's a basket by Sproul. Coming up on 1 minute. 1 minute to go. Fourth quarter here at the home of the Timberwolves. They got some new mats up against the walls on each side. Look very nice. Got a Timberwolf in full motion on one end, and then the Jackson Timberwolves logo with the Timberwolf on the other end. And, of course, this high school named after longtime legendary senator from Everett, Mr. Henry M. Jackson. The Honorable Henry M. Jackson.
That's right.
I met him one time, got his autograph at the airport down at SeaTac long time ago.
I wonder what gym they're going to name after Lafferty.
Oh, that's a good point.
He's been doing this forever.
Lafferty Court there at Snohomish could
Lafferty
be an idea.
Court, that's good.
Lafferty Court.
No, they already named it. Don't they have Keith Gilbertson?
That's the fitness center.
Fitness center.
So, when you got the court that hasn't been named or the gym, you got some possibilities there. Tom now in 2 Hall of Fame, Snohomish High School Hall of Fame, Snohomish County Sports Hall of Fame, and he's in ARFA Hall of Fame. So great to have Tom back, too. All right, this one's going to wrap up 76-57. It is a 19-point victory for the Jackson Timberwolves. We got to get Drolin Villieu up here, as he is our Adrenaline Sports Player of the Game. Sarah Elbig out of here like a flash to go get him.
Oh, yeah.
Is she still going to Everett Community College?
Yes. Yep.
Very good. Be a sophomore there now, is that right?
She is.
Sophomore plus or a sophomore?
Sophomore.
A longtime manager, too, for the Glacier Peak football team.
Yep.
Got a scholarship for that.
Yeah,
too.
first scholarship, the Rosenball Scholarship. So here we go. Huh?
We are going to get ready for our post game. Good to see you, Brenda. Brenda Black, the longtime head trainer here at Jackson High School. This often is like coming home. So is it very much that way at Glacier Peak and Snohomish. So we are going to get Drolin Villieu up here. I want to make sure I got the pronunciation. I always check before the game. As we're going to have him here. He is the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Game. Now, I want to make sure I'm marked, by the way, that I get your name right, because this is what Coach said. Drolin Villieu.
Drolin Villieu.
Drillin. Okay. Yeah. Well, if I said it wrong on the game, this is what I was. So Drolin Villieu.
Yeah.
Okay. So, great job out there.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
We appreciate you because you were part of really what made such a difference tonight, and that is that you guys just play hard.
Yeah.
I mean, you were out there just hustling, and did a great job. It averaged about 15 points a game. You were over that tonight. We got you for 17 unofficially. But tell us about how you developed that great hustle and really fearless, like several of your teammates, going inside and not worrying about how big the guys are around you.
Oh, I'm just like my teammates motivate me, and my parents, and my coaches, and it really was from football. I started playing football first, so I got that toughness from football, and then I really wasn't like fearless for anyone. So that's what happened, really.
Yeah, no, that's very important. Being able to go out there and just crank at it and have a great time, just go hard. But so, what about your team there in general? Now 7-1. You haven't started conference play. That's coming up around the corner. But you're heading in that direction in the right way with that impressive record to get started.
Yeah, of course. We're playing really hard, so our bench is deep, so everyone can play and get a bucket. So.
Yeah, that's something, as you built that lead, and then even as you go along with, like Silas Williams having to come out with the 2 fouls, you guys had to go to that bench and get Ryan McFerrin in there, and he had to hold things down in that position, and you guys had to make adjustments there.
Yeah, he comes off the bench. He gets good minutes. He's big, too.
So you guys are going to be on, looks like twice next week. I'll be involved in one of them. It's going to be Lake Stevens against Jackson on Wednesday, and then Kamiak here against Jackson on Thursday. I'll have that one. And so, hey, I'll tell you what, you guys are going to get some good media exposure.
Yeah, of course. Appreciate you guys.
Oh, well, we certainly appreciate you. And then you got twice more later in the month, or at the end of the month there too. So that's great. So we appreciate your time, and go. What do you like to study in school?
I know I like gym a lot.
Okay,
yeah,
well, maybe you'll be a PE instructor someday.
Of course.
There you go. But also we had Juho Yoon up here talking about where he's going, and you are a junior. So have you decided where you're going to go to college yet?
I'm a senior, actually.
Oh, you're a senior. I'm sorry. Yeah, you are a senior. I'm sorry. So have you decided where you're going to go to college?
Maybe Western with my cousin or like a UW.
Okay.
Close to the family.
Both very good choices.
Yeah.
All right. Well, best of luck to you, okay?
I appreciate you guys.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot. You got to we got to give him the T-shirt. Here's the presentation. You got player of the game. Hopefully it should fit you fine. And Todd bought the right size tonight. There's always a first for everything. So there we go. Putting in the work, and so you can wear that on campus, and or when you're in college next year. Hey, thanks a lot, and we'll see you out here a lot the rest of the season. All right, great job. Okay, final score was a 19-point victory for Jackson as they won it by the 19 point. Did we get the final score? I mean, it happened so quickly there that they took 70. Almost said that 76-57, and so Jackson wins. They take that down so quick, and we got ready for the post game. So anyway, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Now, Todd, you got more on the way tomorrow. It's Federal Way at Glacier Peak. Scott's got the play-by-play on that, and then on Friday, you got Meadowdale at Snohomish Amp with that one. And then again, next week, 5 nights you're here. No, you've got 4 nights that you're doing it. One is a doubleheader, and we thank Mrs. Elvig for letting you out of the house, or as we like to say, she can't get him out of there quick enough. And so then the following week, 3 games the week after that. You have got a lot of great games coming up here. Well done. Thanks for doing this. All right, Mark Ockett saying winning is for tonight. Sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Take care, everybody, and make sure to keep tuning into STSPN throughout the rest of the season. We'll be back with more. Good night, everybody.